Real talk, real people, real conversation. Week to week, this the place to get your inspiration. Go and sit back and unwind, sipping on your coldest glass of wine. This the home of girl bosses and the warriors. Went from tragedy to triumph and it's glorious. Ain't no question if they ask, they got that fire. This the podcast that came to Aspire. Welcome to Aspire Podcast, home of the real. Real talk, real people, real stories. Give it up one time for y'all hosts, Sujay.
Hello, everybody. I got a couple guests today. Happy Friday Eve. I first want to kind of show you guys a little bit of who it is, but go ahead and introduce yourselves. Whoever wants to start first.
Sure. My name is Jose Santiago. I go by DJ Freefall, and I am a DJ originally from Central Florida.
Oh.
I'm DJ Spree, and I'm from Orlando. DJing, 26 years in Orlando now?
Y'all from Orlando,
We're
even
from
though
Orlando,
you're
yeah.
originally from where?
Well, born and raised in New Jersey.
Okay, perfect. So I am going to get started we're starting because I want to get as many questions
Let's
in.
go.
Let's go. You ready? You sure?
Let's do
you
it.
Sure? So, put out there. What was the moment you realized you wanted to be a DJ and for how long you've been doing it? And it's funny, you kind of already answered. So go first, Spree. What's up?
Dang, me first.
The moment you realized you wanted to DJ.
I want to say it was 1987. I was like 2 years old.
You were 2?
No.
I was 2.
I was 2, but I was already like walking and running around and like about 3.5 foot, 5 foot tall. No, 86. I was almost a teenager. Crush Groove came out. It was a hip hop movie named Crush Groove.
I know.
And I was just like, yo, this dude's doing all this stuff with the records. What is all this he's doing with the records?
Called?
Went downstairs to the basement, tore my dad's records up on. I broke every single needle he had on his turntable. Every week I'd break a turntable. It was little old rusty turntables.
Yeah.
And then hip hop evolved, and you see the hip hop DJ in videos. Like DJ Premier, Pete Rock. You would see them in hip hop videos, and I was like, man, this is me. And after Juice came out,
Okay.
the movie Juice, it came out like 92 or 93 around there. That was it. Man, I was like, man, I'm DJ GQ. I could be that dude.
So that was GQ was your original?
No, that was the name of the DJ in the movie.
Make fun of you.
Nah, GQ. GQ was the you remember, you watched Juice, I know
Yeah,
that.
of course.
So that was him. I was like, I could do that. I know I can do it. And here we are, man.
So I got a question. Can we break off script?
You can do whatever the hell you want on
What
here.
were some of the DJ names that you chose before you decided?
Because that was going to
Oh
be a
my
question of
God.
mine, not on here, but just when
So my
what
name
was
is
it?
Jimmy. My name is Jimmy. Real name is Jimmy. I moved to Florida. There's a free got rest in peace, Jimmy Jams.
Yeah,
All
of
right.
course.
Okay,
Legendary.
yes.
Listening to 1 or 2 jams. DJ Jimmy Jams. I'm like,
Loved
no,
him.
he took my name. I promise
He took it.
on everything.
Yeah.
He took your name.
I was still young though. I was a young
That's what I'm
teenager because I
saying.
moved out here when I was 15,
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, I like that Jimmy Jams. I don't know if I want to go with my name so much, and then I hear this guy on the radio call himself Jimmy Jam. I don't know if it was Jimmy Jams or Jimmy Jam.
It was
But
Jams
either way,
with the Z.
with the Z, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't have the Z. I was just Jimmy Jam with 2 M's. That's what I was thinking, but it didn't happen. No. And then one day I'm in the crib just DJing, and I know Freefall is a turntablist. You know you are. Stop it.
The
And
humbleness.
I was just going back and forth on my turntables. I had a couple of friends over, and he's like, yo, you're like on a spree right now, like on a spree, just grabbing. I said, yo,
Oh, that's dope.
that's dope. That's the name. And I stuck with Spree. And shout out to Pete. Pete don't remember, but he kind of helped with the name.
That's so funny. Though.
And shout out to Mike Rodriguez. I'm sorry, David Rodriguez. We went to high school together, and he's the one that actually said, "Yo, you like on a spree or something?" And I was like, "Word." that's the name, DJ Spree. I'm gonna take Spree, and I stuck with it, and I wanted to change it a million times because I was like, and then Latrell Sprewell started playing for the Knicks, and then they just started calling him Spree. I said, yo, I'm riding with Spree forever.
Forever.
That's it.
What about
Spree
you?
was
When
it.
was the time you knew you wanted to be a DJ? And what was that? What was that like?
I wish I had like a definitive answer for that.
Were you always? Because some people.
I
are just,
didn't.
like,
I know. I
born
didn't
this
always know. I feel like I just kind of fell into the predicament of being a DJ. Quite honestly,
Okay.
I had a friend, DJ Point Blank, that bought
Respect,
turntables,
Point Blank.
Mhm.
Yes.
and Point Blank had turntables, and it was just like, hey, we're just here at your house every day, playing
Might
on
as well
records.
DJ.
So it's like, might as well DJ.
Cool.
Shout out DJ Dolo.
Yeah, Dolo was a
Dolo
huge
was-
inspiration. Dolo was one of the first people that kind of took us into his house and was like, "Oh, look at check out this scratch and all this," and very inspiring for Point Blank, myself, DJ Infrared, Verse, and a few other guys as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask you something else because now I'm curious.
Sure.
So, what can you say motivates or inspires you? I ask this quite often because that's the whole point of
Yeah.
why I started this podcast. Was like to tell you that from that point of motivation, you become something, whatever it is that you become, right? So, whoever wants to answer.
I'll let you answer
Like-
Okay.
that first.
Well, for me, that's it's hearing from other DJs that like they use the edits that I create in their sets. So it's like,
Okay.
hey, dude, like because
Okay.
because of you, I play this mashup for this party or this edit or this transition or like a lot of what you write is usable for me in my DJ set. So it adds value to what I do. So I appreciate you as a human for doing that. And for me, that's kind of like,
I heard somebody say like it's the work that other people do with it. That's awesome. That's crazy. I didn't even think that people did that often. I don't know too much about DJing.
well, it's just,
but
I mean, even as an, even as as an established artist, right? If you're like a rapper or an
Yeah.
artist, if your music is inspiring other people, then
Gonna take that
DJs
beat.
will, they will gravitate towards you because it makes their job easier.
It's true. It's easier.
So it's literally just a tool. Everybody else's song. It could be a great song, but it's still just a tool to get people hype when they need it
Mm-hmm.
for the circumstance. So
Which I've heard you both play, and I will say this, is that you're both very good at knowing who your audience is, what they're going to react to, and how to put it together in a compilation. Like, you guys both are, I got to give you your flowers on that, because I've heard you both, and I'm like, all right, so this audience is more hip-hop inspired, 90s, maybe 80s inspired. I'm just going to play this, or I'm going to gravitate towards this. You both have an incredible way of just knowing your audience, knowing what speaks to the people that are there, and like what to play. So and that's an art. I feel like people sometimes play for themselves. Like, oh, this is a song that I know I like and I'm gonna play. I like to play it. But you don't have to raise your hands here. Yeah, you can just speak.
I secretly kind of play for myself.
Okay, but
I make sure that it falls in line with the lowest common denominator in the room.
okay. So and then that's the point. Most people who play for themselves don't care what their audience is gonna really gravitate towards.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
mean, that's kind of been like a staple for me. That even so, like I think we know each other from like the hip hop venues,
Yeah.
but I also produce house and dance music, and in a lot of and play house music and dance, and in a lot of places where I do that, people will say, I didn't know that I like house, but the way that you present it
Yeah.
makes sense. So I think it's
Absolutely.
also just
It tells a story.
yeah, and I think I craft all my sets kind of like around that, where it's not necessarily like banger, 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 back to back to
No.
back. I want to tell a story. I want it to be a wave of emotions going from here to there and back, and be like, shit.
Like I
Yeah.
felt something when
Yeah,
I
of course.
Yeah, so I'm big on that. For me, stories is like life.
Yeah, it's
like,
the ride.
Everything is like poetry in a way. So everything has to flow. Even when I go to a place like you guys both played at Commission, shout out to Commission Beer Chamber, but
Hey.
even when
Shout out
I
Benny
when I go
Blancs.
to other places, like
Sure.
I love music. So for me, it's that ride. I don't care what you ended it. I don't care if it's every song. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, no, I
it's
think the
that
ride matters
the ride
more.
matters. Yes.
Absolutely.
But
It
what
does
about
to
you?
me, but
What motivates and inspires you, and why? I'm gonna take
As
some
far
more
as
why.
DJing,
In life,
In life?
whatever motivates you.
there's a
to
few
do
things that motivate
this,
me.
you know, what
So,
is it?
Quite a few things. As you get older, you kind of like adapt and change a little bit.
Absolutely.
Hip hop has always been there. Like that was like that's what started, I guess, the energy. But it's anything, you know. Like if I'm out DJing, you know, what's gonna motivate me that night, whatever the theme is. Or if I see somebody in particular that's wearing something or vibing to something, okay, cool. You're gonna motivate me to do this. I'm gonna stay in this lane real quick. You know, you know, like sometimes a DJ will either word play or they borough play,
Yeah.
you know, or city play.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you might find an individual in the crowd and you're playing a song, and a certain individual on that song is from Queens, or could be
they're
somebody
hype.
from the wood, you know, from Chicago, like
Yeah.
Common or somebody like that, and you say, oh, but from Chicago, West Side Town, you got 4 or 5 heads back there. So, oh snap, you know what? I could follow this up with some Chicago house, or maybe some Kanye or something, you know, like,
Yeah.
and then you start feeling that. It's like, oh snap, okay, I just slid into Chicago real quick. Well, let me try to slide back this way. So, I mean, it's different things, man.
Do you have your music sorted like that by a borough?
That's what I was gonna ask.
That's funny.
him.
I have
I was
it like
this
that.
Is, this is
Bro,
just hype. Like
Burrow,
Burrows?
Burrow record label, like
That's
no pun,
crazy.
no pun intended, like Bad Boy, Cash Money,
yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Dipset.
It's a little OCD-ish, but yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah,
all
it's-
day.
it's-
Even
it's-
like
but it's
Because if somebody
understandable
comes
because-
around and says, "Hey, play me,"
this records,
whatever.
this
Yeah.
records, like all that.
That makes sense. I try.
West Coast, New York, Dirty
Yes.
South.
that's crazy.
You try to keep it like, kind of like when we first heard it back in the late 2000 or late 90s, early 2000. You know, it was like, oh snap, this was a diss record.
a Cash
So
Money
you-
situation too.
You know,
like,
you got right now. You got Drake and Kendrick dissing each other. I can't even keep up with how many diss
much.
tracks
Yeah,
came
no,
out
it's-
already.
yeah,
I
but
can't too much.
you know, back in the day, I mean, the South Bronx, and then you had MC Shan.
and Brooklyn
and
the
it was just
Bronx
like,
and,
Yeah.
Queens.
It was
Yeah.
a thing. Queens was
and-
like
and
their
it was just
own
like-
entity.
Yeah.
Back
So you
then.
kind of
Yeah.
like when you're doing a set, it's like, yo, all right, man, with the South Bronx, and we're hitting with, you know, Queensbridge, you know, and
So
it's like
You're inspired
it's
by
like
locations of people sometimes.
but
'Cause I
mostly
remember
the
this-
story of hip hop. If you
Okay.
understand the
Yeah.
story, you know, like we all grew up in a certain era of hip hop, and so this song felt good following this song because they came out at a certain time,
Yeah,
or just
I mean,
sometimes the production you want to stay on.
yeah. So,
On Swiss Beats.
for
production
me,
of
the way
song.
that I have this program that I started a few years ago called the Crate Manager, and it's to help DJs organize their record libraries
actually heard of
with
Crate
with
Manager.
with like using smart crates and a lot of different. So if you tag your music, I know this is kind of nerdy and technical, but if you tag
No.
your music in a certain way, you can create smart crates and rules that will collect everything. So like say hypothetically, like all these tea candles here represented different songs, and I were to knock them down on the floor, and you go to pick them up or put them back on the table, they'll go exactly to the position
To the
where they need to
position where
be.
they were. Okay.
So like it's just a matter of it's a little bit of more work on the front end,
Yeah.
but when you're playing, it's like
It plays itself.
free. Where do you
almost.
want to go? Oh, let's do the BVL playlist all day.
BBL. That's
Yeah.
so funny. That's great. I'm gonna ask more questions. Ooh, if you had to choose a genre, what would it be? And this is hard. I know it's hard as a DJ. I feel like I know yours, but and it's not just necessarily what you play. It's just like what feeds your spirit. What is your genre?
Well, to play or to listen to.
the way you want to answer it. I'll give you guys the room.
I
I
don't
know
even
it's
how to
hard
answer
because
that.
I as a music lover, I'm like
Okay.
fuck you, like
well,
fuck you, because I can't play.
Okay,
It's not everything.
out
I
of
love
respect-
everything.
Out of
Yeah.
respect of the art of DJing, hip hop inspired me. So hip hop,
Yeah.
hip
So
hop
that's
was
like
the
your first
inspiration.
baby.
It was
Yeah, that's your
it was
first
the
love.
first.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
all my
understand it.
records I bought at first was just strictly hip hop,
Straight
strictly
hip-hop.
hip hop, strictly hip hop. I think I bought one R&B record. I remember getting off and it was crazy because I said I'm gonna be a DJ one day. I'm gonna be a DJ, and I took the bus into to New York. I took the bus from Jersey to New York. I went to this record store in New York, and I didn't have that much money because I spent so much money on a daggone bus when I got there. I was able to buy a couple of records, and so I was trying to be affordable. And I bought this record. It was an R&B record. It was crazy on the radio. The Boys, Down My Heart. Remember that song? I seen, and this is another crazy thing. So those are two things I saw. I seen the cover of the album. I seen the fresh haircuts they had. I said, damn, I think I'm gonna be a barber too. They had fresh ass haircuts in that. And they were dressed in suits.
There's nothing like the late 80s, 90s
listen,
haircuts.
That cover attracted me. It was just like, yo, I gotta have this back. I know the song is kind of cheesy, but at that time it was kind of like it was played everywhere. But now, if I play that record in an old school crowd, they'll go crazy. They'll go crazy. Because when they heard it the first time, they was in elementary or middle school. And now they in their late 40s.
It's transcending, so it takes you back to whatever
sure.
time
I don't know.
you
Is it
heard
hip
the
hop,
song.
R&B?
Yeah,
I don't know which one. I don't know, but it's definitely in that
Okay.
hip hop. You know, Run DMC, LL Cool J, Beastie Boys, first records ever. So Fat Boys as well. Fat Boys.
I'm gonna let him answer, but then I got a follow-up question. Just cause, yeah.
So that depends on if we're saying that we listen to or play or like what's
So answer
give me.
both. Tell me both. She's like, dang. Cause it is. It's not an easy question.
No, it's not.
No, not for music lovers.
Because I feel salsa too a lot, reggaeton, reggae, house. So it's everything. But hip hop was my first true love.
Yeah, I mean hip hop was what I first played, but I mean I get booked a lot to play electronic music now. So
I feel like you are known.
But
for
I
electronic music.
also would if I could only listen to one music for the rest of my life, I would probably listen to just like straight tone frequencies, like the solfeggio frequencies that you listen to when you do like the sound bass and all that.
Because that's a beautiful sound.
Because that's actually
you
like
ever
really
heard
like
those
actually
sounds? Yeah.
healing like.
Yeah. So I will answer at least to that. So when you said the sound bath sound, well, that's the most beautiful sound I've ever heard. It literally can heal your heart. Like you're having a bad day, hear that, and I'm gonna take you to a sound bath one day.
528 hertz is the frequency of the planet and the universe. It's like it's the same frequency that the bees hum at, and everything is actually literally heals.
Literally heals your soul.
I have not.
I haven't had a sound bath in a long time.
I listen to the frequencies every day.
No, it's stupid. Like it the first sound bath I ever had with I was just like, this is fake. Like how, because it's a part of your soul. It's like exiting whatever negativity. I don't know. You feel healed. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take you. But for me, I think there's truly nothing like Afro beats, and I say that because when you listen to salsa, you have a little bit of that. When you listen to hip hop, when you listen to soul, all of the things that I love, those Afro beats genuinely are in all of that music. So for me, that's probably my favorite. But
great answer.
Yeah, sure. Free Fall said I got a great answer.
It's a great answer.
Ooh, who's your musical inspiration? Dang.
Music or DJ?
No, we gonna keep it straight.
But, well, like, are we
whatever.
talking about like in 1997 or right now?
Period. And I say that because it could have been from 1997.
So I'll tell
it
you,
changed your life,
for me,
right?
it like there's a few like
it doesn't have to be just one.
Established people like Premier, Pete Rock. For me, definitely big people. Local guys like Magic Mike, Pro Style, Nasty, Jimmy Jams, like all those guys that were on the radio.
Legendary, for sure.
He said every single guy that was saying.
like on the mixtape circuit, probably like Tony Touch.
Shout out
okay.
Tony.
Hi Tony Toca, right?
Yeah.
Good friend of mine. Great friend of mine.
Yeah.
What about you?
Every single person he said, every single one. He might have left out, I would say, Twice as Nice.
Yeah.
Sure. Babalu Bad Boys.
Yeah, I never got to meet them.
Okay.
Yeah, but
those guys are amazing.
They were
those guys
extremely
are amazing.
influential in setting the Orlando.
Another good friend of mine. Shout out DJ Nito.
Okay.
I would go to the skating rink. You know Nito.
Yes,
I would go to
from the skating rink.
So I go to the skating rink when I first moved out here. This guy is crazy. I'm like,
Orlando
who is this
people.
guy? I could be that guy. I was on the way there when he was already there. I was like, I already got my turntables. I just need
That's cool.
records now.
Yeah.
But Nito, another homegrown dude from Florida. A lot of local dudes.
There's a
really,
lot that, but so like I had this interview question asked earlier, and factually I get inspired by a lot of local guys.
I was gonna ask you guys.
Like
It's not on here, but because you guys said mostly local people, mostly
yeah, I mean
local
it's
legends.
inspiring to see everybody's
Someone
hustle,
from
man.
your
to
place,
see like what
right? To say like, wow, I live here, I could do that.
bro,
or,
it's
yeah.
inspiring to walk in and see your engineer working on Ableton. Like
Yeah. I think you get inspired easily by just the most random of the things. That's why I asked that question.
and if
because
you
it's
look
just-
for it also.
Yeah, and I think keep your eyes open always because inspiration finds you. It's not, you don't really have to look. It's everywhere. But shout out to all, like Orlando has some of the best DJs. And
No
I say
question.
that,
So.
I genuinely think so. I am originally from New York. Don't hate me, New Yorkers, but like there's some fire DJs that all the time. Local, they self-taught mostly. Like they're literally in their basements, in their garage, I should say, and just scratching away.
Yeah.
Like, and I respect you guys a
Shout
lot.
out DJ Infinite. Infinite was one.
Yeah.
He put
Oh,
me
for
on
sure.
to clubs. I was DJing already when I met Infinite, and he was the first guy that I got my first ever record pool. I thought I made it.
I got
Yeah.
records.
30 records a month.
Bro, I thought I made it when I got Def Jam, when we started getting service Def Jam records. Because there was only like 6 Def Jam records that made it to Orlando. Like
And-
and
and I
there would be
swear-
like 2 for Nasty, 2 for Pro Style,
yes,
2 for Jamie
yup,
Jams, 2 for Magic Mike. Already,
No-
that's
nobody
already
else would get
now
them.
you're already
I know
negative.
all
Nobody
these
else.
DJs because I grew up on all those DJs.
Yeah.
Those are the DJs on the radio at the clubs,
Yeah,
at the events.
yeah.
There was no one else. It was like 6 people I could think of, and you guys mentioned them
And yeah,
all. That were like always on, no matter when you turned the radio on, no matter what you were listening to, where you went.
Shout
they
out
were
DJ
out.
Junebug and DJ Khaled.
no, of course.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, if we were to go and try to remember everybody,
Every
it's actually
it's
like
crazy.
it's factually
And
everybody.
Do you guys feel like you have a genuine sound? Because I feel like if I put any of those guys on, there's
I feel like
right?
I do because I'm not a openly vocal mic guy. I'm not like,
No.
oh, throw your fucking hands up. But I feel like by and in
At
that
first, I was like intimidated by him, like, is
and
he gonna
yeah
say hi?
and
Because he's like,
and in that same tone, because I'm just kind of in my own zone when I play, but you see it's completely different. Like when I'm a human being and when I'm playing, because it's like I'm doing a job, I'm DJing. This is my passion.
You're
This is
in
my
the zone,
this is my
yeah.
trade, like my trade, like what I do. So nothing else matters.
He's so calm.
I
This is
know,
the
he's
most
a
calm
calming
DJ.
presence,
And the
period.
crazy shit is when he's DJing and he's mad calm. He's like, I don't say throw your fucking hands up, but his transitions do. The transitions, and he'll come in from one sound to
I've
2
heard-
different
I've
records,
been there.
and it's on point. It's on bar,
blend,
and
everything, yes.
and it drops right when it's supposed to drop.
Yeah.
The intro of the song drops, and so he doesn't have to say throw your hands in your fucking air because
They
his
do it.
mix is
They
doing it.
do
You're
it,
like,
yeah.
oh damn,
I
this
agree,
nigga, damn.
but I think
Leave me a song, yo, free fall. Leave me a track.
Like,
Leave me,
please,
you
like,
played all
wait,
the hot
wait.
shit. I gotta think. Now I gotta think.
this is a random
Nah,
ass
he's
question. Do you think that there's a lot of support amongst people, like amongst you DJs? Because I know in the hip hop community it's a little bit more competitive. So there's support, but I feel like it could be better. But is that a thing among DJs? Like, do you guys
I think
have...
there's mutual respect between all the OGs.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, I probably met Freefall maybe about 2-3 years ago at Commission,
Yeah.
formally
Yeah.
introduced that way.
Yeah, yeah,
feel
But
like
I
everybody
heard of
heard
him,
of- yeah,
and I was
exactly.
like, oh damn, I
Yeah.
finally got to meet this
Yeah.
guy. Heck yeah, old time legend. Hell yeah.
No
Like,
way,
oh,
but
yo,
thank
let me
you.
give you my flowers.
That's-
And you were like,
that-
no, Spree. Nice meeting you, bro. Like, I'm like, damn, no, for real. I'm.
But no, but for real, like I've heard a lot about Spree, and he was a barber, and he's a DJ, and he does all these things, and it was like really an honor to finally meet.
I
so.
love that. So I get geeked out for everything. So what I will say is the minute I mentioned, hey, you're going to be on the podcast with Spree, it was instant. Like, I'll be there.
Oh.
He didn't even ask me when, where, what time. Like, it was just like, okay, I'll be there.
No question.
No questions
dope.
asked. So I
That's
will.
dope.
I say, like, I feel like there's a lot more respect in the DJ world. I feel like there's room at the table for everybody.
I think the OGs, especially the Orlando OGs, have a lot of respect for each other. I mean, it's not like we call each other every day.
No, and you don't have to.
But if we're in the vicinity or we're somewhere and we're at that event, at that venue,
100%.
and even if Free Fall ain't rocking and he's just there, so showing support to the DJ that's on set. Oh shit, look at Free Fall. Free Fall, what up? Hey, what's up, Spree? And so casual, chill, tranquilito.
He actually speaks.
He does. He does.
Sometimes,
No, he does.
Sometimes, I do.
Sometimes you speak.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes.
He does.
I'm gonna ask some more. Let's see. Ooh. Well, see, not necessarily amongst DJs, but do you think the industry has a respect for DJs as an actual art form? I have my own opinion, but I want yours.
I mean,
And it depends. Just
that
music
that
in general.
depends.
Yeah.
That really depends on the circumstance, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that the industry cares more about capitalism at the end than anything
Amen
else.
to that.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, it's always the motivating factor for a lot of things. So
Yeah, I agree with that.
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I don't know even how to explain that. It's different. It's like you said. It's like you can't feel free to do what you want to. You don't get respect in the industry as a DJ because unless you're like no diss for DJ
Making
Khaled. I'm not
yeah.
dissing DJ Khaled, but he's he's DJ Khaled, but he's not a DJ no more.
Yeah. Making
Somewhat.
productions,
He's still
music. Yeah,
somewhat of a DJ.
Yeah.
Whatever. I used to listen to him DJ, but like he's probably him and there's a handful of guys in the industry, but I don't.
If you're not making that bottom
yeah,
dollar,
if you're not in that,
not as,
yeah, it's.
I get it.
There's a handful though. You got like Marshmello. I mean, there's a couple of guys that are still well respected in the EDM community. Like EDM style DJs are probably a little bit more respected than us DJs now. Like I don't know. Maybe there's more respect
it's
for
just. I think that's just that's from perhaps like a marketing perspective thing.
Yeah, definitely has a lot to do with
It's-
it.
Electric
It's
music.
all
It's all
yeah.
Is and there's like EDC. There's all those things.
Sure.
We don't necessarily have. We have little block parties here and there and stuff like that, but we don't have, like, maybe hip hop doesn't have a major thing where like there's a big production, or I mean, we're getting better at it. I think there's more events that are happening where are marketable. But
It's tough. Look at what happened to Method Man and Redman at Summer Jam in New York.
and that
and
shit went
I mean,
terribly.
but
Yeah.
but that's the state of music that hip hop is in right now, where it's
Yeah.
like, this is the current trend, and this was what was previous, and if the current trend doesn't accept what was previous at
so
all,
you bring up a
whatsoever.
point for me.
Wow.
Do you think that the hip hop world has lost its way? And sorry, I'm pouring wine, guys. That's what I do.
No, it just evolves.
Okay. So do you
I
guys
mean,
prefer the way it once was or the way it is?
I mean,
it's still there. Different.
It is
different
still there,
aspects, though.
and I listen. So you're right. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
It's perfect example. Like, I love Wu-Tang, right? We all grew up listening to Wu-Tang,
One of
but
my
it's
favorites.
and for me, and this is by no disrespect to Method Man or like guys that are like legends, but it's weird for me to hear Method Man rapping now,
because it's just not the same.
because it's just not like what I
It's too commercial, do you think?
It's not that. No, it's just it sounds different.
It's
back when they were doing it. The sounds were being mixed raw, and it was just the way it sounds now. It's like surgical because everything
so
is
like
mixed.
a huge production versus like we're just rapping to rap. There's beats here. Someone's putting them
Yeah, but it's not
together.
necessarily him. I'm not trying to pick at him.
No, but just in general,
It's
in general,
weird
yeah.
for me to listen to like a '90s rapper that I listened to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like singing,
Well, none of them sound the
singing
same.
along, and like still rapping about like.
Life, real
Yeah,
life.
even
stuff.
though, but that's what they do because that's their
But
art.
then I don't even feel like they're rapping about the same things.
I definitely respect the old school art of hip hop. a little bit more than the modern genre. There's a couple of rappers out there now that I listen to. I don't mind the newer style of or version of hip hop, but there's like different avenues where you got drill, you got trap. So like, I don't know if I can really tell you those artists, but I can respect it. If I'm somewhere and someone asks me to play it, I'll find it on Tidal and I'll play it.
Good for you.
He said,
I'm not down with it.
I wouldn't. I'd be like,
I mean, if
you asked the wrong guy, I'd be like, I don't know. You know what's my excuse? Perfect. I don't have a laptop. I'm playing.
Don't have a laptop. He said nope. He has his big ass tablet right here, but he don't have his laptop to tell you.
Yeah.
No, this is a tray. We do other things with this.
What was your biggest challenge getting to this point? And I want to say this, not just DJing, but just in general, as a grown-ass man in the music industry, having had whatever life challenges, what was your biggest?
Having kid and
damn, that was good.
I gotta give this shit up. I don't got time for this. I gotta stick to what's coming.
Okay.
Like every day I can go to the barbershop and make my money every day. I don't have a gig every day, but when I do have a gig, like I get that check for whatever it is. It could take care of me for a few days, but it's not like I have a gig every single day. I gig on the weekends,
Mainly,
so
yeah.
When you have kids, you're just nervous because you're like, shit, I got responsibilities more now other than just keeping a roof over my head. I gotta make sure these kids got food, clothes, get to school. All that stuff.
You feed your kids?
Sometimes.
That's good.
Every once in a while I feed them.
Sometimes he even feeds me.
That's
I do.
awesome.
We're actual friends, okay? He feeds me. His wife is here. Like, okay.
Hey.
Shout out Melissa.
Melly,
That's
you've
awesome.
been shouted out. So what was something, like, what was it for you?
I forgot what the question was. I saw that. Yeah, we have to go back.
Nope. What was the biggest challenge getting up until this point?
I don't know. Biggest challenge about what? DJing?
Life in general.
Oh, there's so many.
Choose a big one. Because you get challenged every day. But what was something that, like, it's like a before and after moment, how I call them, where it's like, that changed the game for you for life. What was that?
Well, I mean, so, like, 2018, 19, I was DJing, like, 35 gigs a month and traveling and going all over the place, and I got burnt out, and I said, fuck this, table flip. And I just, like, started working 1 or 2 days a week and just choosing kind of, like, where I want to be.
Okay.
And being very selective about, like, where I want to play and where, like, I was like, I'm not going to take requests anymore, even if I lose. All my gigs, I'm only going to play where people kind of know, like, what I'm going to do.
Who you are.
And what I do. And so, like, but that means that I have to work on my brand and then, of course, being of service to other DJs and other people in what way. So, like, what's going to encourage people to come and see me play? So, like, what tools am I offering to the world that would...
Like, that is synonymous with you.
Yeah, well, it has to be because it's like, well, how can you expect people to want to like you and support what you do if you don't have anything that's going to support and help them grow?
It is different for every DJ. It's
just a way of life.
The art of DJing, especially the way you do it, Free Fall, is I go for that. I go to see because he's nasty, man. He's
heard.
Really good.
I'm there.
So
I've been there.
It's like, holy shit. Like, other DJs keep you wanting to go too. It's just like, damn, this nigga's playing some good shit.
What I do love about in specific places that I've been locally is that it does allow you guys to do what you do. But I also love the camaraderie. Like, I have seen DJs, local DJs, come visit. Oh, like, I gotta support my guy. So I really have a respect for that. But I know that you guys are learning from each other as well. Like, I've watched it. I'm one of those people, fly on the wall. Like, I don't say much when it comes to, I talk a lot. This is what I do. I talk a lot of shit.
Yeah, but the recorder's on. It's always on, and it's always analyzing.
And it's always learning. Mm-hmm. So I pay attention sometimes.
As you should.
And there's something about... And I will say it because I've been to other places where I don't feel it as much. There's something about what you guys take from each other that is really special. And you hone it as your own. I have seen you, and you don't even know I've paid attention. Like give little lessons and and I've watched it, so I feel like it's very special for you guys to do what you do. Everybody does it differently, but still can come together and kind of like, oh no, wait, what was that? How'd you do that? You know,
Yeah,
like
of course.
whatever the transition was, whatever the music. I have a respect for that, and I know of many DJs, but you two particularly, that are open to be like, yo, you know what? Like next time, maybe kind of do this. And I've seen it quietly, but I've seen it, and I'm really proud. Yeah, I'm always watching.
I'll tell you what, I would never, unless he's like, I don't think I've ever done that in my life. Like tell a DJ what to play next.
Not
I would never, or not tell him just
that,
like,
but it's I say
just
it as
ask him, like,
in a
you should
special
follow it
thing.
up with this, or you know what I'm saying. Unless it's a special night for me, and I'm with my lady, and I know how much she loves Bruno. Or if it's something.
Bro, listen.
If she wants to
let
hear
me
some
know I got you on the Bruno next time.
I feel like he would be
You
an
know,
expert.
I
Like
mean,
I feel that.
And if I know the DJ, I'd be like, I'm not gonna hold the phone up and
I'll tell you
hold
when I'm
Bruno.
gonna be at
I'll
the
go,
beer
yo,
commission
But what I
again.
do
You slide-
like is
you can
that
slide it in. You know?
may not do it all the time, but I feel like in this world with DJs in this local community, you might be able to, and it's not disrespectful. And there's like just a learning. I feel like I've seen you where we're just hanging out, because of course he's my buddy. We hang out and like you have an appreciation for what Free Fall is doing, or for what a Rise is doing. Like you genuinely can tell, like, oh,
Shout out
I see
DJ
that.
Rise, my bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Hi,
Oh,
Rise.
Shit.
But like, I feel like that's what you do. Like, you guys can come together and do that. I don't feel like I've been in New York a million times. I go there and it's not the same energy. It truly isn't. It's very special to watch. But I'm just giving y'all your flowers.
Well, thank you. That's very generous.
Thank you very much.
Another question.
I feel like it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
No, I'm saying I feel
I
like
know. How does being a father impact your work, if at all?
We already
It
know
is
that.
Father's Day in a few days, and I forgot. But I remembered while I was creating this and then forgot.
Yay.
So happy Father's Day, because
Thank
I know
you.
you both are.
Happy
Yeah.
Father's
But
Day, brother.
Thank you.
truly,
Appreciate it.
truly I wanted to tell you, like, find out, because I know, like you said, when you became a father, things changed. But like in this industry, because you guys work late nights sometimes, you're working long hours. Like, people don't understand. It is a lot of work, because you're not just on set for a few hours. You're preparing the night. You're doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Nightlife. Maybe not tucking those kids in at night every night. Like,
Yeah.
things like that. So
Yeah.
how was it for you being a father? And you're both like, still, yours is a teenager, but you have a few,
Yeah.
and some of them are younger.
Yeah.
Like, how does that look for you guys?
I mean, my son can appreciate some of the music I play. My teenager son. Our oldest daughter, teenager, she not necessarily like anything I play.
She don't care.
She doesn't really.
She don't
Yeah,
care.
our girls aren't really. You know, I'll tell them, hey, yo, your birthday, you're gonna be 16, you're gonna be 17, you're gonna be 18. Do a party for you. No.
You
I'm
DJ'd
good.
at my son's birthday.
Yeah. Well,
You have.
I think I DJ'd my daughter's one time a birthday party.
I was there.
And she was probably like, what? She was turning 11.
11.
She was turning 11, and she's 17 now, man. She don't want me to DJ
Wow.
no party for
That's
her,
awesome.
bro. She is not trying to hear me DJ, because she, you know, I know she loves me, but she's like, I guess I'm like the corny dad joke stage, you know. It's just like, oh, he's
Honey,
gonna
you've
say
been at the
something really
corny
funny.
dad joke stage probably
Listen,
before
I just got
you
there.
were a dad.
I just got there. All right, stop it. Stop
But
it.
do you think you say no more to things? Do you think you like hold back from DJing at your fullest potential because you're a dad? Like,
I hold back a lot.
why? At this point, because they're teenagers.
Yeah, they're teenagers, and you know, advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
I promote a lot through social. You know, some of them see my socials. I'm not gonna freaking take a job at a strip club if they're gonna pay me all this money. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think that? But why?
I
feel
wouldn't.
like
I just.
you wouldn't at this point.
Nah. Nah. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I just don't want my kids to feel certain ways. I'm like, yo, your dad is the one that DJs at the titty bar I was at the other day. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love his hand.
They asked me to DJ at the Titty Bar on Father's Day. I said I gotta do it the weekend after that.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. Why? Because at the end of the day,
I like how this guy's.
I love him.
Man.
Because at the end of the day, okay, maybe not Father's Day, but listen, next Sunday I'm free. My titties are not. I say this because it's still an art, and I feel like you gotta leave almost like a legacy for your children that you can play for titties or you can play for old people. You can play like I feel like it's this positive thing that they can feel almost inspired by. It didn't matter what venue I came and I killed it.
Yeah.
So I think as a father, like leaving the legacy is just the important part, right?
It's fun.
Wherever you played, right?
I've done a few Sweet 16s where my kids were present, and the next day my son will tell me. My daughter's
your dad of the year.
Dad,
right?
you killed it, Daddy.
Yeah.
You was playing.
I wish. No,
I don't even know half the stuff I played that night.
One of my son's classmates from school, I teach him Ableton production, and he's like, dude, if you only knew what your father does and what he knows. And he's like, and I'm like, tell my son, tell him
say
what
it louder.
Say it louder. Yeah.
And your kid's just like, yeah.
No, I mean it's just not. It's not something
dad.
it doesn't. It's not yet. So I go into the same question.
Yeah.
When my kids were very young, I was kind of at the height of working a lot. So it was like, 2012 to like 16, 17 was 30 gigs a month, this, and I missed them growing up.
Yeah.
I missed a lot of it. So like in 2017, 18, I was like, I want to be there for the middle school and all that. And so I've been there.
Hardest season.
Right. But now they're like, all right, cool. Yeah, we've seen you, my dude. Go out there and start making money again. Go to China. Make some beats. Like it's cool.
So
like,
I love it
we're
because
good that we have
so
you.
if you say 2012, like that's when I had my second. So I feel like that you work hard and they okay, they don't know, but once you hit middle school, it's like they're ready for you to work hard again because they don't really want to see you too much.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I have an oh my gosh, no, Chico's gonna be 18 in a few months.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm only 20, so I don't even know how that happened. But I will say now is the time where he's admiring the things that I've been working on. Now, because he's becoming an adult and realizing there's work and responsibility and hard work. So I feel like they'll get there in praising you. I don't know how these girls will do because girls are a freaking different animal. And you have one girl and two boys?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, one, the girl is 15 and the son is 17.
Okay, so you have two.
It's going to be 17.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
And I will tell you, boy, because I'm a boy mom, they appreciate it more. Because these girls are savages. So good luck. That's all I got to say. Because they are savages. They will appreciate you later in life. But I feel like teenage years for girls are different.
Yeah.
But I will say that that's probably a big inspiration for me. And I feel like as parents, right? Like to really leave something behind for them so they can be proud of, right? So I think you're doing that. You both are doing something that they can be proud of.
I feel like I'm doing it because I just haven't stopped loving it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I
do it until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, until the wheels fall off.
Till the wheels fall off.
Hey.
Yep.
What are other ventures that you guys got going for yourselves? So anything. So I feel like you said barbering.
I'm a goat herder. I've been herding goats now for about
You are not
5
a goat
years.
herder.
We have
you really
5.
Are?
No, not at
I
all.
hate him.
No.
Bro, I was about to say this. Yo,
Free fall ain't shit. I'm sorry, but
Hey.
what? I was like intrigued. I was gonna ask you
no.
a question.
say that's
Yeah.
a write off. You got,
Girl,
Yeah, no,
goats.
we
You
got
get goat milk
we
and-
got 20 acres in Groveland, and we have a goat farm. No.
But you're not herding goats.
No.
Okay, damn.
I wish.
I was jealous for a second.
Yeah, that would actually be kind of cool if we did.
I love animals, so you can give me a goat and I will do something with it. But go ahead.
No, I own a multimedia company that does like cinematography, augmented reality, 3D stuff, and we also do like FPV drones and stuff.
Which I've seen.
Yeah,
So
but I also teach production classes, and it's I'm always busy. So I was like when we spoke, and they were like, hey, I'm gonna tell you about I'm gonna send you my bio, and I'm like, I even
He's like, I do nothing. No, he said nothing, but I do my research.
Yeah.
And I knew that you did this, and I've seen a few things that you've
Yeah,
worked on. So I think it's really cool. And I think it really does tie in with, because you can do all kinds of videos and
Oh, dude,
promotions and
it's
things.
incredible. Like I can't really speak on the details, but I have an upcoming show for a major league sporting franchise.
Ooh.
And so like when I'm doing the gig, I'm like, well, so can my company do the drone stuff like inside where we're gonna do it? And they're like, yeah. So I'm like,
We need to talk because
So you
my
did
oldest is into
you
that
got a
kind
double
of stuff.
whammy.
yeah, dude, and it looks dope. Like I'll show you when we're done.
We'll work this out because I want to
It's-
see this
it looks
too.
really cool. But
And
That's
and Jimmy, you recently cut Mr. Blanco's hair. So tell us about what else you do.
So,
Yeah.
you know, obviously, certified licensed barber for 26 years now. I cut your boy's hair. a
Yeah,
few
he does
times.
good. So I'm just giving you your props because
Shout out to Pete. Pete had me fresh today. I'm gonna show everybody.
how you wear a
Yeah.
hat?
Pete,
and
I
you
love it.
fresh.
Well, you know, I always gotta wear the hat. The hat is attached to the skull.
It's a
so
thing,
It just
yeah.
comes off. Shout out to Munch. Shout out to Tito.
To Munch
Shout out
and Tito.
Bamba.
Yeah, Bamba.
Shout out Rolly. Shout out Mello.
I
Gabi.
feel like barbers don't have normal
Edgar,
names, right?
Tony, and I can't
They don't have
forget the
normal
man, the
names?
myth,
Yeah.
the legend, Jeff, the man. Shout out Jeff. Jeff's Gentleman's Barbershop. We're in University and Dean.
My
We're
kids
there
have
where
gone
the
there.
Publix and DMV is. So if you guys need a cut, make sure you come check us out. We have the #1 rated reviews of all barbershops in Orlando, Florida right
I
now.
have
And
looked
the
it up.
most.
Hey.
So
I have looked that
hit the
up.
bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 bam.
But yeah, you do
Big
good.
shout out to Santana Alvarado. Happy birthday, kiddo. 10 years old. I had to give him. He's
Happy
watching.
birthday!
He's watching.
Happy birthday!
He's watching.
I don't know who's watching, but hi, hi. No, I do. I will vouch for you because I go to you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And
my
Benny was
son loves
crazy.
you.
Yesterday was crazy because Benny calls me last minute. I take my son to church. I'm on my way home, and he's hitting me. I literally just finished doing a house call. And I'm on my way home. I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to go home. Benny's calling me. He's like, yo, Spree, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? I just did a house call, bro. You want me to go to your house? It's going to happen now. He's like, come through. I go to the house. We're literally in a stove, okay?
Because it's outside. I saw the video. Cutting people's hair outside.
And, you know, everybody
what you
knows
do.
Benny, you know, he
Mr.
gets
Blanco,
a little
hola.
moist sometimes. I love you, Benny. You know, I love
said
you.
it's
I
a
love
little
you. He gets a little moist
moist?
sometimes in those situations. But, you know, cut all the luscious curls off, and I gave him the nice little Aaron Judge, a.k.a. New York Yankee style vibe. And I
Odd
had my man
enough, he
fresh.
looks young.
I had him
Like,
fresh.
hey,
I had him looking fresh,
Hey.
man.
Fresh.
His first fade in like 5 years, he was saying. So, shout out to the Commission Beer Chamber,
Yes,
Benny Blanco, my
yes, we
dogs.
love you guys.
Love you, my mans.
Ooh. If you can tell your younger self anything, what would it be? Talk to those kiddos.
You want to take it first? You know what? If I tell my younger self anything,
Anything. Don't do that.
I'm trying to clean it up as much as possible.
No,
in my
I don't.
head.
The fun
I
thing
was-
about this is
listen,
you can say whatever
I
you
would
want.
say be-
truthfully.
I would say be more attentive to things around you, and just
Pay the
more
fuck
knowledgeable.
attention.
Yes.
Be
I
the
was
fly.
not. I was not
We
a
could
knowledgeable
say that.
person. I
Okay.
definitely wasn't. Don't even know how I made it out of high school. Honestly, to tell you
Naivety
the truth.
or just pure knowledge of the world.
Naivety. It was
Okay.
just. I was just stupid naive. I was so dumb. I'm not saying I'm that much smarter now, but I wish. I feel like when I'm talking to my son, I'm talking to my younger
Your
version
younger
of me.
version of
So
you.
I'm telling him
So what's the
every
constant
single
thing
thing.
that you tell your son that you wish someone had
Pay
told
attention to detail.
you? Okay.
Pay attention to detail. When it
That's-
comes
that's
to
actually really
anything
Yeah.
that you're supposedly doing, that you love, that you care for, that you have a passion for, and there's
the little
it's
things, right?
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about just I'm supposed to put my name there. I'm talking about anything.
I agree
Pay
with that.
attention, because it's gonna pass you, and you ain't never gonna see it. And when you realize it passed you, it's gonna be too late.
Okay. I think that's good advice. What about you?
I have two.
Say it.
All right, so
I'm writing this down.
one would be to write everything down, to journal,
So-
every
so
day.
that's my thing.
no matter what, rain, hail, sleet, snow, every morning. And this kind of ties into the second thing, which is having a plan. Like it's like, you know, I feel like a majority of my life, you know, I got into this $1 million yacht and set sail into the ocean without any destination, and it's just like
You're just in
enjoying
limbo?
life, but it's not really going anywhere. So it's like people have gone to all these other places, not necessarily as great, but they've gone to more places because they go with the destination. And so like, it's always important to have like a definitive plan of action.
You're going.
For like not only that, but like know what you're gonna do every day of the mission of what you're doing as you're there too. So it's like, hey, we're gonna take a boat to Greece, but every day in the morning at 6 we're gonna do this, and at 7 we're gonna do that, and this is gonna be a way of life until we get to where we're gonna get to. But we know we're going there, and we know we're gonna get there because we have the destination has been set before we've even set foot, like even onto the raft.
Sheesh. Okay.
But because it makes the day-to-day stuff easier because you already know what's going on. It's not like you have to guess
It's
about
basically like the monotonous stuff doesn't really matter because we know the big picture is here. So if I get here, it don't matter how I get here, but I'm gonna get here.
And people get there. And for me, like I've helped so many people with music and write, but I haven't really released as much as I could. And I mean, I've introduced people that now have gone on to like, you know, guys that dance music awards and like a lot of like accolades and releases, and I'm like, shit, well, why haven't I done that yet? And it's probably been fear of like releasing music and having the, you know, the damn, you've been making music for 20 years and you can't make a hit record. And so having like feeling that anxiety,
fear can be, because like for me sometimes a certain amount of fear is good.
Yeah.
Because a certain amount of fear
it gets
will
you
get you going,
absolutely,
right?
yes.
But then if it's too much, it hinders you.
Yeah.
So I feel like for a very long time of my life, right?
I remember number 3
it
now.
kind of like
I got your number
stop
3.
me.
I got your number.
Give me a number 3.
The number
Give me a
3. The number
three.
3 is to stop searching for perfection in everything.
That's
They
good.
all tie together.
So I will say that
That's good.
perfection is non-existent. When people
Except for when I DJ, I try to
that
make
is
it.
perfection.
We have to be
So
perfectionists as
wait,
DJs.
because I'm gonna be the
Just as a DJ.
inspirational guide. Because he was right there, and then he said when he DJs, perfection is just a false idea of what anybody can do. So there's no sense of perfection because everybody thinks differently, right?
Correct.
The ideal woman for you is not the ideal woman for him. So then how can perfection be the same?
Correct.
So for me, I never strive for perfection, and that was liberating for
Better-
me.
yeah,
That
it's
was
just-
probably the biggest thing I've learned to date is that perfection doesn't exist. So strive to be the best you.
Yo,
That's
just
it,
try
right?
to try to improve on a daily basis, just a little bit.
So if you were here yesterday, then I'm gonna need you to step up a little bit today.
Sure.
That's it, and that's all. I tell people all the time, and people are like, "That's your biggest lesson." I said,
That
swear,
that
and
goes
you
that
take it
goes
with
a
you.
long way, and the people that
Yes.
think that it's not
Yeah.
are
No,
may not be
because
perhaps
most
understanding
of the
that.
people that think that they need to keep striving are the people that think they're perfect or that they can achieve it, and it's just like, good luck. Go ahead and achieve it. I will watch you burn, like, because it's not existent. It's true, but I'm gonna take both of your nuggets because I feel like I can genuinely learn from both of that because I really feel like writing things down is my thing. I'm a writer by nature, but if you have a plan, or at least like I tell people, it's not a plan until you wrote it down.
Mm-hmm.
Because genuinely, like, so you have thoughts go away, and then you forget them. But if you wrote it down and solidify it, it's gonna happen usually. But I love you guys.
And if you write it down and you wake up in the morning and you look at it first thing in the morning and last thing before you go to bed, as you sleep and as your body goes into this unconscious mode, your subconscious will reflect on that.
So are you a guy, because I do this. Actually, my whole room is like, so I create quotes or like posts or whatever. Like I'm a big visual person. Do you guys ever put things down and like, okay, I want this. I want to achieve this. I'm gonna
Like
put it on
like a vision,
sticky or,
like a vision board.
Either vision board. Some people write it down right in like a dry erase marker on their mirrors.
I
in the
have
bathroom.
it on my iPad.
I have it on my stuff. Are you guys like those people that write shit
you
down
know
like
what?
that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I try not to worry about too much shit
You just make it happen.
I just try to make the shit happen. I don't
Okay.
worry about shit. Cause
I'm one visual, so I have to see it.
I just yeah.
Look, I
I
love
just
him.
I just try not to worry about shit. I got my notes. You know, my
But
notes. I
notes are
hit up in the
writing it
notes. Boom,
down.
boom, boom. You know, I
So,
put a
like-
couple of things that I need to remind myself
Yeah, but
for certain
but
things. But it's like
manifestation is writing things down. It is remembering. It's reminding yourself.
it is. But I'm the type of person that just be like, yo, so what's next?
Let's get it done.
What's
So
next?
like he's like me. So like
Slide through the next.
do people call
slide
you
to the
type
next,
A
turn the
personality?
page.
I don't call it type A
I-
personality. I call it type do the damn thing.
I have a book that came out in the 50s that I bought from listening
What
to an old
book?
school
I'm a
book.
book person.
Type A personality and how to I'll send you a picture of it.
I've read that book. No,
Yeah.
because someone tried. So I feel like I'm.
It was
not
like
type-
written in like the 50s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Where I probably would have kicked ass in the 50s.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But right now I'm not kicking ass.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. But I feel like old books like that, where you look back at them, and you're like, what the hell are they telling you to
Right.
do?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because it's wild.
Yeah.
I'm asked more questions. No, I asked that question. Yo, you guys got me. Okay, this is the best. I love this.
Hey.
What is a toxic or negative trait that you would want to change?
Seeking perfection.
One.
Seeking perfection. Well, give me a top 3, because he said seeking perfection. I feel like that's a big
I
one.
don't seek perfection. I honestly don't. I don't. I feel like I'm good, but I mess up a lot.
So,
without
what is
knowing.
a trait that you would want to do?
Babe, you think me a few?
Melissa, come on, say hi.
I hate making that
She's
woman
about to give
mad.
you a
I
blip.
hate making her mad. I hate making her mad. So
Okay.
it bothers me when I make her
But-
mad because it's literally something that I didn't even think would get her mad, and just not consciously being aware of, oh shoot, you know what, I shouldn't have done
So
that.
is it self-awareness for you?
I
Like
guess,
maybe
I guess.
realizing. So for me, I'm very self-aware. I know when I fucked up, and I know prior to. So I will kind of like.
You have like a
Well-
system of checks and balances.
Yes.
Right? It's like always.
So it's big. But do you think you're very not self-aware, and that's something you have to work
I
on?
need to be more aware to certain things. That's why I was just telling my old self that shit, to be aware of your surroundings. You know. What I'm
Yeah.
saying? I can't tell my old self that because I didn't tell my new
Because
self
you
that.
ain't still doing it.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
but shit like that really like.
Try writing
I
it
try-
down. I know it
and you
sounds
know,
crazy as it is.
It does.
You know
Yeah.
why? Because when you see it the next day, you're like, oh shit, I forgot I woke up this morning and I thought
And
this.
now
Yeah.
the first
Now-
thought of the day is, yo, I gotta
yesterday,
make sure I didn't
yesterday I woke up like this because I didn't do this, but
do that.
today I'm gonna wake up like that because
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like self-awareness is so huge, because if you are self-aware, then
You can know-
nobody.
well, if you're
can
aware,
tell you.
if you're aware of the
You're
things that compromise you from growing,
Amen.
you can attend to those things so that they don't impede your growth as a human and with relationships and
What
with
you're
other people.
telling me is that you didn't really grow from the child in that avenue, in that aspect, right?
I would say in
So-
certain things
So
of paying attention.
if
Yeah.
if you start becoming more aware of what you do, you can stop what you're doing, right? But you have to be cognizant of it. You have to every day be like, yo, damn, I didn't do this yesterday. What is gonna change today so I can do it?
I'm gonna start acknowledging other humans when I DJ. I'm not gonna be like in my own world. Like I'm like, oh,
You really be in your own world, but
No, but he be.
so see,
he
but
be-
it's a
but
talent,
it's a zone.
right?
It's a zone. You
right?
get down that avenue
Yeah.
and you want to stay.
And everybody's
on the right
different, because at the end of the day, if that's gonna impede on your DJ,
it does
skills,
impede. It does.
then
It gets
don't do
it gets in the
right?
way. I
Then
mean, like
don't
it really
do
does, and I feel like
you don't need to do it. I feel like everyone knows you enough, so I didn't know you personally
Yeah.
before seeing you DJ.
sure.
I just knew of you. I heard you DJ a few times. Okay, cool. But it is a style. So like for you, everyone that goes see you that knows of Mr. Freefall.
Yeah, no,
DJ
it's just what
they
it's kind of like
know
what
that
to
he's not
expect.
going to be talkative. He's going to be in the zone. His music is going to speak for himself. Now you, on the other hand, you do great at what you do, but you are a person of the people. You are going to stop and have the conversation. So it's just different. It doesn't make it better or worse. It's just like, we know Free Fall for who he is. He barely is gonna speak
She's
a
saying
word.
I'm gonna be like Prince and just walk in and be like,
The symbol.
Fuck yeah.
just play the guitar, play one note,
We're gonna give him a
and
symbol.
then leave,
And then leave.
and then leave.
So I love Prince, but Prince was a dick, right? People assumed that he was an asshole, right?
He is not. He is
I'm
far
not
from
saying
that.
Free Fall. I think I never thought Free Fall was a dick, but I'm saying that it is until you know the talent, right? So until you knew that Prince was just like wasn't the person to go and say hi to your mama and your cousins.
Like, hey,
He
let's
wasn't,
go
right?
sing
Then
We Are the
you
World.
still have an appreciation for the art,
Sure.
right? It doesn't change the art.
Right.
What it does is like, okay, this person is not everybody's gonna be a social butterfly.
No,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it.
and I'm definitely an introvert. I mean, I think
But personality you don't like.
I think unofficially, my mom had me at a really old age, and I'd be maybe a little bit on the
you were raised
spectrum.
by a grandma.
No, I was raised by my mother. It's
No,
just
but
she had me when she
older.
was like, and then my kids were, or my brothers and sisters were already like 18,
Way
19.
older.
So
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
She's like Forrest Gump. She's like, it's okay. I had you at 45, and the doctor said that you're gonna be
yeah,
that you're a mongoloid, but you're not a mongoloid, Jose. And I'm like, okay, mom.
You made me snort on national TV. He
man.
made me snort.
And
So-
I've just and you know, over the years I've just kind of learned to to cope with all that stuff and
You are
look
who you
be
are,
more
right?
human.
Yeah, but I don't feel like be more human.
Well,
because
you know,
no
like
one
to
can
emulate
take
the emulate
the stereotypical.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I think I don't really go by stereotypes because I would be classified as I don't know. I feel like to everybody.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
different.
it would be a unique classification.
Yeah,
I think
for sure. But it used to be where it really hindered me. Like, did you have parts where it's like musical and creatives and artistic people usually get classified as weird or
yeah.
different?
Oh yeah, for
or
sure.
like they don't fit in. I for sure was, but I didn't know why because I thought I was cool. Parts of me when I was younger,
You're still
right?
cool though.
I was never cool.
I don't feel like I was cool. Well, that's what I was gonna
You're
get
laid
to.
back.
I don't
Yeah,
think I
Lily's
was
just
cool.
laid
What
back.
it is that I became okay with who I was.
Yeah, same.
It didn't matter what the person thought next to me, right? But I think we all have that where Jimmy, you are very eccentric and outgoing and almost like you just don't think without speaking, right? Or you don't think and you just speak, right? But that's
Sometimes.
just who you are.
I try
right?
to make sure
and
I
then you're
think
just
before I word
quieter,
it.
but you just let whatever you want to do reflect who you are. And then I just talk too much, and it's okay.
You're good.
I think it is who we want to be.
Right.
But I think I love the fact that in music, in DJing, in artistry, in actual art, in writing, that you can be whoever the hell you want.
Absolutely.
And nobody has to tell you anything. You are weird, but it is okay, right?
Right.
I'm going to end right here.
Hey.
But I'm going to ask them, I want to know, where can they find you? Where can they find your music? What's your upcoming shows?
Yeah.
Anything like that. So go ahead, Spree. Let them know.
Me?
Yeah, you first. What's
oh,
up?
man,
What's up?
I'm not as famous as Free Fall now. Free Fall got 39
I-
gigs a month.
I don't have
He
anything.
said
Look,
he don't do that.
you
no
need to
more.
toss 2 or 3 of them 39 over here. Nah,
He
you
said
guys.
he got 2 gigs a week.
So-
Yeah, it's that.
You know, Commission has treated me well. You know, they always give me a night maybe here and there, a couple of nights a month. I love the environment because I feel like I could be myself. I could play.
Very home-like
Well, you know,
environment.
I still play to whoever's there. You know, like I might throw in a little AC/DC or something like that,
Which
Def
I
Leppard,
love,
like I
which
did
I
the other day,
love.
and I'll still keep it hip hop. You know, I'll still keep it funky. I feel like when I'm there, like it brings me back to that nostalgic vibe when I was in my bedroom with the posters and shit and all the graffiti writing,
I agree with
the
that.
speakers
Same.
that rattled, you know, that just looked like crap, but hey, you did what we could. You got all those relics behind you when you're spinning. You know, it's just like, oh shit, yo, this is like I'm in my crib. But you know, it's a dope environment for me. I do a lot of private, you know, I do a lot of private
gigs,
a lot of
yeah.
private, you know, they pay very well. So
What's your handle on IG? And
my
where
handle's
they can find you?
Spree407
on IG,
What else you got?
and that's where we're gonna stay at right there.
he
We're gonna
gonna
stay right
stay
there.
at
We're not gonna give out the Facebook and all that
Oh,
stuff. That's
shit,
Facebook is
'cause that's
friends.
personal,
That's
right?
Personal, yeah.
Mr. Freefall.
yes.
What is-
I'm also on Mixcloud as well. Mixcloud.
Okay.
Yeah, DJ Spree 407 on Mixcloud.
You don't have to teach
Yay.
me a little bit about that because I don't know too much. But where can they find you, your music, your next event,
Sure.
your company? Go ahead.
My artist, well, my DJ page is DJ Freefall. My artist page is Human Freefall. That's where I like release music on Spotify and iTunes and everything.
Okay.
Uh,
I might have to
the
follow
the
that.
business is Featurescape Media, and the crate manager is the handle helping DJs with library organization and all that stuff.
Okay. Perfect. You heard it. And I am Aspired J.
Hey,
This is the Aspired Podcast. Everything is at. Go find us.
thank you
Thank
for
you
having
guys.
us.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Bye-bye.
Hey, make sure you check out Jeff's Gentleman's Barbershop if you get a chance. Check us out. Fast shout out to all my homeboys over there.
Hey.